Mike McCool here. I'm in the Royal Examiner studio, and with me today is Michelle Smeltzer. Michelle Smeltzer is the community coordinator, I think, at the
liaison.
The liaison. I know it's a word, something like that, but who can say them big words? But she's very active in our community. She wears a lot of hats. I seen her the other day at the briefing number 3 at the county, and she talked a little bit about the thermal shelter. So we're going to start with the thermal shelter discussion first, kind of bring us up to date, because normally we think of that just during the winter time.
Right.
And here it is spring, and we've had some blessings, and we've got an extension. So let's start with that. Tell us what's going on.
Well, we decided to extend the thermal shelter, or at least try to extend it when this COVID-19 came about. And everything closed up here in Warren County. The libraries closed, the fast food places closed, the parks closed. And so we were getting ready to close down the thermal shelter. And I was thinking that there was nowhere for them to go at all during the day or at night. And so we quickly worked with the county, and they've been great. And they provided us a spot to move into. They provided us funding. And it's been really a wonderful experience working with them and
Right.
all their support that they've been giving us.
Right.
So
I think people are kind of surprised that we even have a homeless population in Warren County. It's small,
Yes,
but we do have one.
Yes, we do. And you don't notice them. They mingle with us. They're on, Main Street.
They're in the fast food restaurants. They're at the library and at the parks.
Yes.
And with those places closed.
Yeah. So then there's nowhere for them to go during the day. And again, during the day, they are still out.
And some work.
But in some work. And at least at night, we still provide them a hot meal. We provide them breakfast and lunch, a bag lunch. And
place to shower and
the showering we don't have a shower there, but we're working on getting some kind of shower facility moved in.
There you go. Well, that's good because, at least they use the facilities, because you don't have that anymore with everything closed up.
Right. Yeah. So we have some that, they would have a gym membership. They have a gym membership, and that's where they would go shower, and those are closed. So really, so much of where they can go is closed up, and some of them worked, but then their hours were cut or they were laid off. And it's really been very challenging for them.
Well, I know you've been doing kind of double duty there, working on that, and you're working the social services, trying to help them with whatever they can do.
Right. So we set them up, make sure they have SNAP and Medicaid and whatever other services we can hook them up with, possible housing and all that.
Well, that's great. That's great. So at least how long will this extend to?
We had anticipated 10 weeks. So we're looking at June 13th. Which would be the end, and we're hoping, and we don't know if this ends earlier and everything opens up earlier, then maybe we wouldn't go that long.
Wouldn't go that long.
But
how are the churches? Because you depend on local congregations to really support the thermal shelter. How is that working with your extended version?
Well, they've been great. Also, everyone's been great. So we have different nights. Different churches have picked to do dinner and bring in dinner for the most part. We have a couple nights left if anyone's interested.
Yes, please donate.
But we don't have a full kitchen there. It was set up as a snack bar type area. So we don't have an oven or a stove. Everything needs to be brought in hot. So and instead of bringing it early, and we can just heat it up. But we've really seen this past, so we've been open a little over a week. We've really seen how much the churches do when we're at the church. We move into a church, and then the church volunteers do everything, and they serve and they prepare the meal. And so now that we're in a different location and we don't have that support, the thermal shelter board and managers really feel the impact of not having that church support. So we've been looking for people just to come in and just help serve, and to drive the van, and to do various things, just that would to help us out a little bit more because we are a small, small.
And it's hard with social distancing, isn't it?
Yes, and then we have that. But in the gym, we're able to get 6 feet apart in the cots, so we are able to do that. We're going to be moving in more tables when we eat, we can get a little bit more distance there. But and that's where the staff of the county has been great with providing us things. That if I tell them I need more tables, they as soon as I turn around, there's more tables, and so they're really been very supportive of it.
Well, the last time we spoke, I think you said somewhere around 20 people. Or is that what it is?
So we're pretty much at last night I think we only had 14, but there were quite a few that didn't come in last night, and I don't know where they were, but we're usually at 17, 18, 19 a night. And I get phone calls every day from people who, they ask about it, and we had a new person come in last night. So,
well, it's tough. It's tough times, and it's just like any of us could be in that situation for something happens in your life, and next thing you know, you're homeless.
Right. Yes, and they don't have the support usually that we all would have, with our families. So it's a little bit more difficult. Sometimes their families are in a similar situation, or they're in housing that doesn't allow them to come live with them. And it's really sad. And we try very hard to get them built back up and back on their feet. So it's
well, we'll put a little link into your contact information as well, because I know you would definitely welcome some donations of sorts.
Yes.
So what's the best donation? Cash?
Well, yeah, that's always
money talks.
I will always take it. No. Financial donation is great. A cash donation. We have our PO box is 454 here in Front Royal, and we take Venmo, and PayPal is on our website. So that's always, we need that the most.
One thing clear: this thermal shelter is not a government agency.
No. We partnered with the county, with DSS, just for this extension. But it's a standalone, its own entity. Other than the fact that I work for DSS, they're
one of the other hats you wear,
right?
So donations are definitely welcome. That's for sure. And cash is the best, especially now with all the access with everything limited.
Right.
To do that.
We're always we rely 100% on donations, and so it's been great. The people of Warren County have really stepped up, and I get calls every day. What can I bring? Some people bring Gatorade. They bring munchies for lunches. They bring lunch meat.
Yeah, because you pack a lunch for your residents.
Yes, they get a breakfast sandwich usually, and a bag lunch. And so we put a sandwich and chips, or some kind of snack in there, and a bottle of water, or a little Gatorade or something.
Well, I'm sure we really appreciate all that work that they do and you do in that. So what else is going on? We mentioned about some churches are doing meals and things like that.
Yes, we have First Baptist Church is basically the host church, and they do what's called Dinner Together. Unfortunately, now it's not. It's not inside. It's dinner to go. So that 5 nights a week, you can go to First Baptist. Different churches use their kitchen,
right? They have a really nice hall and kitchen in there. Yes.
So a different church might be doing it every night as a different one. But you just go up, and they hand you, if you have a family of 4, they'll give you 4 to go dinners, and it's all packaged up in a little bag, and you can just take it right out. So that's Monday through Thursday,
and that's right
Saturday.
There behind, right off near Main Street.
Yes, yeah, it's First and
Main or something. First and Royal, right? It's right there on the corner, right behind the old town hall is where they're.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you just walk up, and they hand you the to-go container.
Well, you can't beat that.
No.
And of course, they'll take your donation as well.
Yes, I'm sure they will.
There's never you run out of places to donate. That's for sure. And I think people do come together when there's crisis. Yeah. And I think it really shows the American spirit and how well we really do love our neighbors. I think we might talk a storm, but when the rubber meets the road, people do step up
They
and
do
realize
in a
how
big
well
way.
they have it.
Yeah.
And how that they could be there themselves,
Mhm.
except for someone giving them a helping hand at some point in their life.
Right.
That's true. So what else is going on?
Well, there's another organization that I'm involved with, though not as much.
That doesn't surprise me.
I'm always involved in something. Reaching Out Now, and so they.
And we just published a little featurette on them yesterday, I believe.
Okay.
So
yeah, so they have kind of changed their plan a little bit with this, and they are sending out hot meals every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday evening. And volunteers go out all over the county and deliver hot meals to families. And these families have been identified through the schools. I was
going to say the school system is doing the program as one of their programs includes a lot of meal. There's really no excuse to go hungry in this county.
Yeah, we have a lot of food resources now, I think, going on.
I know the food banks, our church has what we call an emergency food bank. People can call and the last time we went over there, they didn't charge us for it because normally you pay so much a pound, know, but they give us a whole load of stuff and they didn't charge anything for it this time. So they do know there's a need and they're trying to, make sure that that particular need is met by doing it.
Exactly. And I know that the churches utilize that food bank up in Winchester, the main food bank, and then and CCAP and DSS and CCAP have kind of partnered up, and we're out there, rain or shine, but I think we might not be out there rain next time. So
sounds good on paper,
but
doesn't
it does. Rain or no, but I think next time it rains, we might not be out there. But Monday and Wednesdays we are giving out CCAP. We're giving out lots of food. We have a baker here locally that's been baking bread, and we give out that. And
where are you doing this at?
That is over around the side of where social services is.
Okay, so it's on the 15th Street location.
Yes, it's that location, but around the side where the gym is, past the gym.
Right.
Closer to, I guess, Diversified Minds, that area.
There's a lot of things at that 15th Street building that people don't really realize that's going on, and I think more are coming.
Yes,
the county has a lot of plans.
They have big plans for it.
Big plans for that, and it's good. I mean, it's a lot of good. It's turned that building into something really remarkable. What they've done to that and expanded the services. I know it really helped out the DSS and got you in
it's a
really
beautiful building,
good facility.
Beautiful facility. Yeah, we really like it there.
Well, Michelle, I really appreciate all the many hats you wear. I know you're involved in a lot of good things in the county, and we had, if you want to check out some of the things going on at the DSS at that last briefing at the county had last Thursday, you can check that on the Royal Examiner. Your boss, Miss Cheatham, really give a pretty good report.
She was very robust. Yes.
She was well prepared.
She was well prepared.
She has a lot going on, so that's an interesting.
So they've lifted a lot of requirements on SNAP benefits and making it a little bit easier to get the benefits.
I wonder sometimes. Some of the regulations and red tape that we got rid of. You notice how much things smoother goes, and we wonder maybe we don't need to go back to some of these things. Some good things come out of crisis, and I think people realize that things moved on just fine without that red tape.
Right. I know it makes it a little bit easier. I think.
Right.
For people. So I'm glad they're making it easier.
Well, the goal here of the Royal Examiner is to get as much information out to our viewers that we can. We always have some naysayers that think that we're not far enough apart, but we do sanitize. Mark here gets the Lysol out and wipes everything down to everything, and wash our hands and stay as far apart as we can.
Right.
We're actually farther apart than you realize because we have the Oprah filter. How it makes things look smaller.
Good.
That's what Oprah Winfrey always.
I want that then.
If you ever watched her, one day she's this big, next day she's this big. So that's what we call it here, the Oprah filter.
Oh, okay, so, great.
We're really 12 feet apart, but it looks like 4 feet. So anyway, keep that in mind. But we do appreciate everything you do and all the hard work. It's still going on, even though we have the front door closed. There's still a lot of stuff.
I'm busier now than I was before.
Yeah, me too. I'm only working half days, 7 to 7.
Right, right. Yes, that's it. Yes.
7 to 7, 8 days a week. So I really get.
I can't forget House of Hope.
Oh, that's right.
So we can't forget House of Hope.
Yes, let's talk about that because they were trying to move, and I think that's probably not going to happen there.
That's not going to happen now.
But there's opportunities out there.
Yeah, we're looking at.
They provide help for another 15, 20 people there as well. Mm-hmm. And that's a little different than the thermal shelter.
It is. It is.
They have a different.
They're moving forward. Yeah.
That's
a little bit further along.
That's the next stage up, and it's a really helping hand project because if you're not willing to help yourself, they're not going to help you.
Right.
I mean, kind of a.
But they're doing
the
30-second
version
guys,
anyway. Yeah,
those guys are doing great. Almost all of them are working, and but they still need things. They still need the donations
or the paper.
They need some toilet paper apparently.
But yeah, that's another good organization that people can check out.
Yeah,
the House of Hope. I know you work a lot with them as well. So they'll find a place here
someday.
Somebody out there now has a facility that's in the right zoning, the right location. The neighbors will love them,
the neighbors love them now.
I know. It's really,
no matter where they go, they're very helpful.
It's true. It's amazing. Originally in the beginning days, the naysayers were out there, but that never materialized. The neighbors, they're very, very helpful, and I haven't heard a negative thing. In fact, they've shown up to these meetings and just praise the House of Hope for how helpful it is, how much they've improved the neighborhood. And they're not in the best location, but they've really helped, and people are embracing that.
They're very helpful. Yeah,
that's good.
There's a great bunch of guys there. So hopefully someday we'll be able to work something out.
It'll work out.
Yeah,
it'll work out.
Yeah,
we'll keep praying for that and for other things going on. And again, thank you for all the things that you do. And all your co-workers at the DSS. And
everybody's working hard.
I know they're working hard. So if you have need, check out the website. We'll put the links in the story.
Okay.
Michelle will be glad to answer your emails. And
I would.
Call
me, email me, text me.
I know. So if you have, or if you know someone in need that's maybe not being helped, give Michelle a call or shoot her an email, but she'd be glad. If she doesn't know it, she knows who to call.
Right.
She has a guy. That's I
have a guy. Yeah. I usually can figure it out where to go.
Where to go. Yeah. So again, thanks again. I appreciate it. And we'll see you in a couple of weeks. We'll follow up and see how things are going with the thermal shelter. And maybe someone will reach out and volunteer and donate us a big space we can merge the House of Hope and the thermal shelter all in a great facility.
One big building. There we go.
It's out there.
It's
out there. You just got to hope.
Got to find it.
Got to find it. Thanks again, Michelle.
Okay. Thank you.